Hey guys, welcome back. Today's Wednesday, which means it's Weird Bible Words with Amber and Mariah, and today's words are Fain, Froward, Forthwith, and Faint.
Let's get into it. Okay, so the first word we're going to do is Fain, and the regular definition of the word Fain is it's used as an adjective, which means pleased or willing under the circumstances, or it can be used as an adverb, which means with pleasure or gladly. I would fain do that, but that sounds so weird.
I would gladly do that.
Yeah, but it sounds so weird.
It does sound weird. I would fain.
Would it be fainly then?
I would fainly do that. Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah, but I don't think in the scriptures it wasn't like that. It's like fain. I don't know, it's weird. Anyways, the Bible definition is really similar. It means glad, pleased, rejoiced, but the appropriate sense of the word is glad or pleased to do something under some kind of necessity. That is glad to evade evil or secure good.
The first verse is Job 27:22, and it says, "For God shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand." So he would gladly flee out of his hand.
But isn't it weird? I feel like it should be he would fainly flee.
Fainly flee. Yeah, that would
sound... It makes more sense.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
it
just
flows better.
I think it's just how we're used to stuff. Like, we add the ly to everything.
All right, so Luke 15:16 says, "And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him."
He would gladly fill his belly with husks.
He would gladly eat what the swine were given as food. I'm pretty sure this is the parable of the prodigal son, and so they're talking about how he went and spent all of his inheritance, and then there was a famine in the land, and so he wasn't able to eat because he didn't have any money to live off of, and so he was happy just to be able to eat what the pigs were eating at that point.
Next word is forthwith, and the regular definition means immediately or without delay. The Bible definition is immediately.
Without haste.
Yes. The first verse for this word is Mark 5:13, and it says, "And forthwith Jesus gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. There were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea."
It's all about the pigs today. That's when Jesus sends the unclean spirits out of a man into pigs. And it says as soon as he says it, immediately they left the man and went into the pigs. Okay, so the second scripture is Acts 9:18, and it says, "Immediately there fell from his eyes as it had been scales, and he received sight forthwith and arose and was baptized." This must be Saul Paul.
Saul Paul.
So immediately the scales fell from his eyes, and then immediately he could see. But one of them says immediately, and the other one says forthwith. So if they use the word, this is both in KJV, so if they use the word forthwith for immediately, then why wasn't it translated forthwith both times?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Or why wasn't it translated immediately both times? I'm so confused. It's a weird word.
Going forward. So forward.
The next one is froward, and I did not look up the regular definition.
Slacker.
I probably looked it up and just didn't write it down.
She's a slacker.
The regular definition of froward is difficult to deal with or contrary. The Bible definition is habitually disposed to a disobedience and opposition.
I like the regular definition. It was easier to understand.
Well, it's
I think it
like
kind of means
chronically disobedient.
Amber. The first definition is...
That's not a definition.
The first verse is Psalms 101:4, and it says, "A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. A disobedient heart shall depart from me." Not me.
Well, I feel like it kind of goes with, I don't know who's speaking here or who they're speaking to, but it just kind of reminds me of, like, someone who's going to constantly go the wrong way or constantly be defiant. What's the point of having them there? So the next scripture is Proverbs 8:8, and it says, "All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them." I mean, I feel like that's a noble person.
Mm-hmm.
What comes out of our mouths should be building up and not tearing down, and not be perverse. It's kind of like the question about should Christians cuss or do Christians cuss or whatever. Yeah, possibly. Everyone slips up every once in a while, but we should be watching over what comes out of our mouth, and it shouldn't be perverse, and it shouldn't be degrading, and it should be building people up.
The last word is faint, and the regular definition is barely perceptible, or the second one is weak and dizzy, close to losing consciousness. I looked up the Bible definition, okay, and let me just tell you, there's 8 different definitions.
Buckle up.
The first one is weak or languid. The second one is weak, feeble, languid, exhausted as faint, and fatigue, hunger, or thirst. So all these are pretty much saying weak, so pretty much just weak and feeble.
Well, this one's not imperfect, cowardly.
Weak, feeble, and could mean imperfect or cowardly.
Like a faint heart.
Or depressed, even. Many different things that it could.
It reminds me of faint-hearted.
Yeah.
Either faint as in just generally weak, or faint-hearted as in like your spirit is kind of crushed.
The first verse is Isaiah 40:31, and it says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, and they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." So that one's meaning
physically faint.
Yes, like
not spiritually faint. Or is it spiritually faint? Maybe it is in there to mean both ways. The second verse that we have for this one is Galatians 6:9, and it says, "Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." So push on to the end. I feel like it's talking about not letting your spirit be crushed by the world, going out of your way to help people or to help situations when people aren't very receptive of that, or maybe you're getting taken advantage of. There's lots of different things that can be disheartening in those situations, and it's basically saying don't let that get to you, and you will be rewarded for your work. I mean,
yes.
I think we all let it get to us some, but like don't let it crush your spirit. Don't let it keep you from continuing on.
Alright guys, so that is it for this week's Weird Words with Amber and Mariah. We hope you guys learned something from this. We definitely learned a lot from this.
And we hope you guys enjoy watching these videos. If you enjoy hanging out with us, we also post Bible studies on Mondays and fun videos on Fridays. A lot of those include makeup, fashion, DIYs, food, anything like that. It just looks fun to us to do for the week. So we hope to see you guys in some of our other videos. And
if you do enjoy our channel, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to be notified when we upload, be sure to hit the little bell after you subscribe.
We hope you have a good day, have a good week, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye!